Charlie's Bar game of the week, Mainland against Vineland. Welcome to the broadcast with everybody. Nick Costco alongside Brianna Smith. Matt Ulmer producing tonight's broadcast for this edition of West Jersey Football. Mainland Mustangs 3-3 on the season, coming off an overtime victory over Deptford just last week, as they take on the Vineland Fighting Clan, 1-4 on the season, coming off a tough loss to Shawnee, 49-13. So some playoff implications here tonight as we get to the midway point of October. Mainland fighting for position in South Group 4, currently number 12 out of the top 16. So they would be in at the moment, looking to maintain that position here tonight, while Vineland fighting to get their way into the top 16, number 20 in South Group 5 at the moment. Mainland to start things off with the football. And one of the best playmakers in South Jersey is back deep to return on the near side in Jabril Mace.
Yeah, he's obviously super exciting to watch. Had a great freshman season. He actually last week became, I believe, third in all-time rushing touchdowns. So, I mean, seems like just in the trajectory he's going, he might break that record by his senior year.
Could move up the list tonight. Under 50 yards to go to move up another spot in the Mainland history books. Colin Graff to kick it away for Vineland, sporting the white jerseys tonight. It's a little pooch kick out to the side, and it'll be picked up at the 40-yard line. It's Noah Torres on the return. Quick and easy return, tackled down by a host of Fighting Clan defenders. Gets across the 40-yard line, and that's where Mainland will set up shop to begin tonight's contest.
And we actually have Noah Torres back this week. He was out for 2 weeks, so we have him on both sides of the football. He's an exciting kid to watch.
One of the better receivers on this Mustang offense. Getting him the ball in space will be key tonight. 1st and 10 for Mainland at their own 43-yard line. Marlon Leslie, the Pleasantville transfer, coming out in the shotgun as usual. He's got Mace to his right and two receivers right to the bottom of your screen. Mace will get the handoff, and he's met immediately behind the line. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he's going to lose about a half yard on that play. 2nd down coming up now for Mainland.
Hopefully they can get something going here. We've had 2 comeback wins, so it'd be nice to get on the board first here, not have to come back.
Second and 10 for the Mustangs. Cohen Cook to the bottom of your screen. Good to have him back in the lineup as well. Here's Leslie taking the snap option play. He's got Mace to the right side now. Mace trying to cut upfield, across midfield, and a little bit more down the sideline. Jabril Mace on his way. He's on the way. Touchdown, Mainland. 2 plays and a score. Jabril Mace strikes first, and the Mustangs have a 6-0 lead, courtesy of the playmaker, Jabril Mace.
And like we said, he's moving up that stat sheet again. Has another touchdown. I believe that is 28 or 29 for his all-time record. So huge, huge, huge start for Mainland.
That's the 29th touchdown of Jabril Mace's career. He's 3rd all-time in Mainland history, and with that run, he actually does pass John Stone for 2nd all-time in school history in rushing yards. History-making run. Panis for the extra point. It's on the way, and it is good. So a perfect start for Mainland, 7-0 with 11:04 to go here in the first quarter. Less than a minute, and Jabril Mace puts the Mustangs up on the Fighting Clan right away.
It's great. Like I just said, Mainland's been a little iffy starting games. Sometimes, like I said, we had 2 comeback wins, so it's awesome just to get, especially a touchdown, not just 3 points. Start the game less than 1 minute into the game, so we'll see. Our defense probably has some juice now. We'll see how it goes.
Well, now we get to see what this Mainland defense can do. For most of the season, they've been pretty solid up front, especially in the front 7. So we'll see if they can limit the Vineland attack as they feature freshman quarterback Daniel Russo. And, of course, the talented senior running back Anthony Arthur. Vineland a little shell-shocked after just 2 plays.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little shell-shocked after 2 plays. But no, we'll see. That's huge just for momentum, get like the kids going. So we'll see how the defense can respond, or we'll see how Vineland responds.
Deshaun Winchester back deep to return for Vineland on the near side. And Braylon Blakely across the way. So let's see if Panis gives off a deep boot here. He will boot it deep. This is going to be Blakely on the right sideline to return things up to the 20. And try to cut up the middle, trying to get down the sideline. Gets across the 30-yard line and out near the 35. Decent kick coverage there by the Mustangs, and that's where Vineland will set up shop. Just a minute into this game, it's already 7-0 Mainland. If you're just joining us, Jabril Mace, a history-making touchdown run from 47 yards out, puts him now second all-time in school history in yards, and he still remains third all-time in touchdowns with his 29th career touchdown. So Russo comes out in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Play action. Russo looking to the left side. Incomplete. He was looking for James Hitchens Jr. on that play. Would have been a first down. Mason on the coverage. 2nd down and 10. Second down now for the Fighting Clan. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Russo comes down the shotgun again. Take this one. The handoff goes to Arthur trying to cut left side. He's met by a host of Mustang defenders.
Looks like 55. I think that's Paul Lombardo got there first. A little help from Noah Torres.
Lombardo, mainly a defensive end, can switch around to many positions on that defensive line. He is a force to be reckoned with, and certainly is going to be a handful for Vineland, especially here on 3rd down.
Yeah, exactly. He had a huge game last week against Deptford, so hopefully that momentum carries into this week for him.
It is 3rd and 10 now for Vineland. Russo comes out in the shotgun. Arthur to his left. Russo back, pumps once, throws left side. This one's caught by Arthur across the 40 and the 45, running through Jabril Mace across the 45-yard line. He's in the Mainland territory, and he gets a Vineland first down. A huge pickup there for the senior, Anthony Arthur. Vineland now in Mainland territory.
Yeah, it looks like a 23, 24-yard pickup there, so it's a big play on 3rd down.
Be 1st and 10 now for Vineland. Russo. Handoff goes to Arthur, right side, being tracked down behind the line. And he'll be brought down for about a yard loss. Nick Timmick, the first one to grab him before reinforcements came, 2nd down and long.
Front four is playing well so far, stopping the run.
Of 2nd and 12 now from the 44 as Vineland tries to get the signals. Second and 12. Here's Russo. And we have whistles, so hold the phone. Some laundry on the field.
Mainland defense from that ref on the far side.
We're going to get early movement, but it's going to be a false start on Vineland, so back them up 5 yards. So a bit of a break there for the Mustangs. So after Anthony Arthur's big gain, Vineland only going backwards now, so they'll back them up to the just ahead of the 50-yard line, so technically in Mainland territory here.
Well, moving in a little forward more. 49 and a half.
Call it just about 2nd and 17 here. Russo. Back on 2nd and long. Pumps once. Pressure coming. He's going to be... Oh, he got it away to Arthur somehow, and Arthur is going to be brought down way behind the line for a loss as he tries to push the pile forward. Look like Lombardo the first one. Lombardo, the first one in on Russo, has somehow got the ball away. But then Mainland was there to clean it up after Arthur somehow came out with the football.
Yeah, it's good play by him just to try not to take the sack, and he had that guy there to bring it forward a few yards. So this is a huge 3rd down for them. Looks like 3rd and 16.
Third and long now for Vineland. Winchester and Blakely line up to the left side, to the bottom of your screen. Here's Russo. Takes it. The handoff goes to Arthur, and he doesn't get much. He'll get a few yards back. More gang tackling from the Mustangs. It is now 4th down, but they are in Mainland territory, and Russo right now is not coming off the field.
I think that was J.J. Sinclair, number 5, who got in there first. He's been awesome to watch. He's only a sophomore, so expecting big things from him.
One of the leading tacklers on this Mustangs defense. Got 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Mustangs, courtesy of Jabril Mace. And now we have 4th and 14 for Vineland, and it looks like they are going to punt. Russo goes from quarterback to punter here. We'll get that one away. Sheeran calls for a fair catch, and Mainland will start their next drive from the 17-yard line. Beg your pardon, Stephen Ordilly on the fair catch for the Mustangs. So Mainland now with a chance to go up by 2 scores, and if the first drive is any evident, Jabril Mace, star of the game so far.
2 plays, that's all it took, so we'll see if they keep giving him the ball, maybe bring Noah Torres back in because he was out for 2 weeks, so we'll see what Coach Smith comes up with here.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Mainland, looking to double up their lead here. 6:42 to go in the first quarter. Leslie comes out in the shotgun. Mace to his left. Handoff goes to Mace, right up the gut. Following his blockers up to the 25-yard line. Handful of Fighting Clan bringing him down, but not before. It's a nice little chunk, 2nd down coming up.
And number 52, who is our starting center, he is also a Pleasantville transfer. So he came over after MJ did, so 2 Pleasantville transfers starting for Mainland.
Lamont Holloway Jr. certainly familiar with his quarterback. Leslie, of course, a star the last 2 years over at Pleasantville, helping the Greyhounds get to the playoffs as a freshman to the Central Group 2 semis back in 2019. 2nd and 4. Leslie fakes it, going to take off himself right up the gut, and Leslie with a head full of steam, breaking to the front. Oh, and he's just tripped up by Blakely. Boy, that was a touchdown-saving tackle by Braylon Blakely. Otherwise, Leslie had nothing but green grass in front of him, but nonetheless, a big gain and a 1st down for the Mustangs.
They're a great 1-2 punch. It's not a bad backfield to have when you have MJ at quarterback and Burl to hand it off to. So
they're your 2 leading rushers on the season for Mainland. Coming into today, Mace had 585 yards, while Leslie 534 on the ground. 1st and 10. Leslie takes it, handoff, Mace up the gut across the 45-yard line, and he'll get up near midfield. Nice little chunk again, gain of about 5. 2nd down coming up again for Mainland.
Jack Venman was that man in motion there. Normally he's defense, but looks like they're using him maybe a little fullback action on offense this week.
2nd down for the Mustangs. Leslie fakes it. Quarterback keeper up the gut, up to midfield. It'll be 3rd down. Violence swarming on these quarterback runs. Jameer Bryson, one of the men in on the tackle there for the Fighting Clan.
So about 4 minutes left in the quarter. Looks like 3rd and 4 at the 50 for Mainland.
Just a little over 4 minutes to go and counting here in the first quarter. It's been a nice start for the Mustangs. Touchdown and have forced a punt so far. Now I got 3rd and 4. Leslie, low snap. He'll take it off and run himself up the gut, pushing forward and driving through Gang tackled again, but he's got a first down for Mainland, and boy, he has been tough to stop so far. Marlon Leslie is just straight ahead and downhill.
He is not afraid to run through you, not afraid to get hit. If he gets in the open field, he's fast too, so it's hard to catch in the backfield.
Mainland has 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Break the huddle here as Cohen Cook lines up to the bottom of your screen. Sheeran in the slot. Leslie. Low snap, bobbled it, and he'll just fall right on it, so that's going to be a loss. Bryson, the first one into the backfield for Vineland. Bit of a miscue right there as Mainland will lose about 5 yards on that one.
Yeah, Mainland's had a little bit of issues with low snaps, bad snaps. It's probably what's kind of hurt them the most in terms of production on offense, so for their sake, I hope it's the only one in this game.
Ball spotted at the 46. Cook and Sheeran to the bottom of your screen. Leslie in the shotgun again. Direct snap. Leslie dumps a screen to Mace. Got some space in front of him to the 45, 40. Makes a cut, and he's brought down just shy of the 35-yard, so get some of that lost yardage back.
That was big. Kind of made something out of nothing. That could have been a huge loss. He was like 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so.
Pressure came from that Vineland defensive line fast. Play took a little bit longer to develop than they would have liked. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Spolen, the top of your screen, Sheeran in the slot. Cook to the bottom, Leslie. Fakes the handoff, goes up the gun across the 30-yard line, and he's got enough for a Mainland first down.
I was going to say, we'll see where they spot it, but it looks like refs already indicated first down there.
He's been a one-man wrecking crew on this drive, Marlon Leslie.
Big third down pickup there.
First and 10 from the 30-yard line. First and 10 for Leslie and company. Venom in the wing back. Here comes Sheeran in motion. Leslie, jet sweep. Sheeran right side, and he's hit down hard just across the 30-yard line. Beautiful tackle there by Ethan Evans. Sheeran did get a few. Give him about 2 or 3 on the play. Second down now for Mainland.
He's a great athlete. He normally plays defensive back, strong safety, so looks like we're using a little bit of those safety guys on offense. Switch it up a little bit as opposed to just having that 1-2 punch with Jabril and MJ.
Second and 8 for Mainland. See if they make this the last play of the quarter. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Leslie sends Venom in motion. Handoff. Mace up the gut. Couple cuts. Gang tackled again by Vineland across the 25-yard line. Going to be short of the first down. But the Mustangs are on the move as we come to the end of the first quarter. So after one, it is Mainland 7, Vineland nothing. You're watching the Charlie's Bar Game of the Week. Back here for the second quarter, our Charlie's Bar game of the week. Also some other presenting sponsors here tonight, Shore Orthopedic and the Docks Place. And, of course, this broadcast is produced by Ulmer's Appliance Service, our good buddy Matt Ulmer upstairs. Nick Costco alongside Brianna Smith. Second quarter action here, Mainland leads 7-0. They have 3rd and 4 as we flip sides of the field just outside the red zone. They're knocking on the door again, though. Leslie out in the shotgun. Handoff goes to Mace right up the gut. Head full of steam. Moving the legs, and he has enough for a Mainland first down out to the 15-yard line. So hand it off to Mace. He'll do the rest for you. Just like that, Mainland in the red zone.
Good things will usually happen when you hand it off to 4. So another big third down conversion for Mainland. Knocking on the door again.
Certainly has been the most efficient the offense has been in recent weeks. Constantly going forward. This is only their second drive of the game. Leslie's thrown just one pass tonight. It was a screen to Mace. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line, and the shotgun is Leslie again. Quarterback run right up the gut, and he'll move forward. A lot of gang tackling here tonight, so a lot of guys are going to get credit for a lot of tackles. Gain a few. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Especially when you're MJ. Usually it takes more than one guy to knock him down.
You don't see too many quarterbacks just constantly lower the shoulder and embrace these hits. He's fine with running right up the gut.
Perfectly fine. And like I said earlier, doesn't mind taking a hit. Doesn't mind lowering the shoulder, running through you instead of around you. It's fun to watch.
From the 12-yard line, 2nd and 7. Leslie. Handoff, Mace trying to get to the edge, being chased down. He's brought down at the 15-yard line. Nice tackle made there by Nazee Tatum. It's going to be 3rd down after the loss of about 2. We'll call it 2.5.
So another big third down here for Mainland.
So they officially moved that ball back to the just inside the 16-yard line, so we're going to call this 3rd and 10. Cook and Sheeran going out to the top of your screen. Veneman is the wingback. Leslie takes it. Keeps it himself, right up the gut, lowering the shoulder, again breaking through, and Leslie using the legs across the goal line. Touchdown, Mainland. Marvin Leslie. Talk about some horsepower.
I mean, we've said it how many times already in the past few minutes. He's fun to watch, hard to tackle. That was a huge, another, like I said, third down conversion again. I think it was 2 or 3 this drive for Mainland. That's huge. We're 13-0. We'll see if it's 14-0 here in a second.
And it's not like Leslie is a slouch. He stands at 6'2", 210. That's a big boy under center for the Mustangs. Here's Panis to kick the extra point. Snap, hold, kick on the way, and it is good. Just snuck it inside the right upright, and Mainland is up 14-0 just like that, courtesy of Jabril Mace and Marlon Leslie here tonight. 2 drives, 2 scores. Mainland cruising right now.
They are, and they're chewing a lot of clock time up too, just running the ball between MJ and Briel. So about 9.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Again, we'll see what this Mainland defense can come up with.
They forced a punt their last time up. See if they can do it again. As we mentioned at the start of the broadcast, Vineland not too far out from the playoff picture at the moment, despite being 1-4 on the season. Remember, since they merged the groups during the regular season, South Group 5 is a combination of the South and Central Group 5 teams. Vineland currently number 20 out of the 30-plus. Got to be top 16 to make the postseason. So they're on the outside looking in right now. Meanwhile, for Mainland, number 12 in South Group 4 at the moment. So they'd be in. And a win here would certainly help their chances going into the tail end of this regular season.
Yeah, these next 3 games are big for Mainland. So Vineland this week, Clearview and Delsey.
Kick from Panis going to go to Blakely. He'll return it from the 10-yard line. Blakely across the 20, makes a cut, and he'll be brought down at the 25-yard line. Noah Torres, among others, in on the kick coverage. So good placement there from Panis, and now Mainland's defense eagerly jogging back out onto the field. First and 10 for Vineland at their own 25-yard line. Mainland's burned a lot of clock so far in this first half on just 2 drives. Let's see what Russo and company can do. Russo, high snap and early movement. We got whistles across the field, and looks like this is going to be a false start on the Fighting Clan. So everything just going backwards right now for Vineland.
I think that's their second one of the game, I believe.
Mainland student section alive and well this evening.
Classic, you can't do that chant.
Youth night here as well at Mainland. Players from Northfield, Linwood, and Summers Point all in attendance, as well as the cheerleaders as well down there with the high school cheer team. First and 15, Russo. Swing one left side. This is Blakely trying to make the cut. Hit down hard, chopped down at the original line of scrimmage. Stephen Ordilli in on the tackle first. That was a nice tackle going low as Vineland now faces 2nd and 10.
That was, and his older brother is a senior, Matt Ordilli, but 27, he's something special. He'll be someone you should look out for these next 2 seasons.
He's been a nice patrolman in that defensive backfield at the safety position. 2nd down. Russo, quick throw, right side. Arthur trying to make a cut, breaks one tackle. He's going to be brought down by Sinclair, just shy of the 35-yard line. So short of the first down, 3rd down, and about 3 coming up for Vineland. So key moment of the game already. Hate to say that early, but with a little over 8.5 to go in the half, Vineland trails by 2 scores. They only have 1 first down so far in this contest. Third and 3. Russo, quarterback keeper, hit immediately by Sinclair, and here come the reinforcements. It's 4th down.
I know I said before, J.J. Sinclair is, arguably one of Mainland's best players on defense as a sophomore from Summers Point. This kid's, I can't imagine what's going to be like his senior year if this is what he does as a sophomore.
He's one of those guys that sees ball and gets ball.
It's crazy. It's like he's a magnet. Like, he is all over the field every week.
Vineland's going to go for it on 4th down. Russo in the shotgun. They might be just trying to pull the hard count here.
I was going to say, this is a ballsy move by them, but I don't hate it.
Russo, see if they run a play. They will. Surprise punt from Russo. No one back to return, so this is going to be Hitchens downing the punt inside the 20 yards. So a crafty play there from Vineland, as now they give Mainland plenty of work to go on this upcoming drive with 7:21 to go here in the first half.
Once again, huge plays by that Mainland defense, get Vineland off the field pretty quickly and offense back on the field.
In case you're just joining us, Jabril Mace and Marlon Leslie, the 2 scorers here for the Mainland Mustangs. As Mainland gets set for their 3rd drive of the game, almost halfway through the 2nd quarter. And our Charlie's Bar game of the week. Nick Costco alongside Brianna Smith and Matt Ulmer upstairs producing and filming tonight's broadcast. Leslie on 1st and 10. Quick handoff. Up the gut, getting a few is Mace. Be 2nd down now for Mainland.
We have Joe Sheeran back in the game on offense, so
Seems like Mainland very content taking their time. Would not be surprised if they try to run the rest of this clock down on this final drive.
I was going to say, yeah, first quarter went by pretty fast just because they hand the ball off. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
2nd and 4. Leslie. Handoff again to Mace. Met immediately. Might have gained about a yard on the play. Emmanuel Dovalis on the tackle there for Vineland. They will give Mace some forward progress. Got about a yard, so 3rd and 3 for the Mustangs. And if you're Vineland, you would love a stop here, giving yourself plenty of time here on another drive.
Arguably good field position if you keep Mainland this deep in their own end.
On 3rd down. Cook up top, Sheeran in the slot. Leslie. Low snap, picks it up, going to have to run it himself. He's met by a host of Vineland defenders, and he might have gone back to the line of scrimmage. But that is it, and it'll be 4th down for the Mustangs.
This will be the first punt of the game for Mainland, unless they have some.
Unless they know something we don't.
Sleeve just like Vineland did, so we'll see. Doesn't look like MJ's coming off the field.
He's getting the signals here, and I wouldn't be surprised if Mainland's going to try to run this clock down a little bit more too before making a decision.
I think you're right. I think that's what they're doing here. Let the clock run a little more, call timeout.
And they're just going to patiently wait, and there it is. That's our first timeout of the half by either side. So Mainland will talk it over. We'll see what they elect to do.
4:59 left in the half.
Right now, yeah, we are late in the first half here. 2-score lead for Mainland. Trying to make it 3, but they have a key 4th down deep in their own territory. It's been the Marlon Leslie and Jabril Mace show so far. How about your biggest takeaway, Brianna, from this first half as we've seen Mainland pretty much suffocating on defense? Vineland's really not being able to move the ball either.
I think it's their offense, honestly. I mean, like I said, Mainland's going to have a little bit of a hard time getting things going on offense early in a lot of the games so far this season. So 2 plays touchdown on that first drive, score again on the second drive. I think that's big for them just in terms of momentum. A lot of guys feed off of especially the run game with Brill and MJ. So I think that's been the biggest takeaway so far this half. Hopefully they can keep it going.
Well, they will line up to punt, so no going for it here. Let's go for it. We see a fake. Or Daly to punt, and he will boot it away. Winchester to return. Going to the left side, and he's going to be tracked down just across the 45, near the 40, near the sideline. So coverage unit there for the Mustangs, but Vineland now in Mainland territory to start this drive. So let's see if the Fighting Clan now can capitalize.
And that was a big return, about 20 yards on that return, too.
So we got 1st and 10 now. For Vineland, they're on the Mainland 40. Freshman quarterback Daniel Russo getting the calls from the sideline. Russo, into man in motion, fakes it. He'll take off and run himself. Left side, Russo, head full steam, lower in the shoulder, and he's brought down by Sinclair, just shy of the 1st down marker. 2nd and short coming up.
That's a huge 1st down for them. Excuse me, not 1st down, huge gain for them.
2nd down, and we'll call that a long 2, maybe 3. And Vineland having that same clock mentality as Mainland gets the ball to, Vineland gets the ball to start the second half, so they don't want to give Mainland the ball back here. Russo will fake it again, run it himself, up the gut, lowers the shoulder, and he'll get enough. for a Vineland first down. So they're on the move inside the 30 now. Fighting Clan threatening for the first time tonight.
So with less than 4 minutes here, see what they can come up with.
Good old 4-minute drill. First and 10. Russo takes it, handoff. Arthur, left side, chopped down by two Mustangs after a gain of about 2 or 3. Not much.
I think
3.5 to go.
Sinclair again was the first guy in there.
As you mentioned before, Brianna, ball hawk, J.J. Sinclair. He must have magnets in those pads.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Second and 7. Fighting Clan content with running this clock down a little bit. Trying to punch in a score before the half. Russo. Handoff. Arthur up the gut. Breaks one tackle. Trying to get forward. And it'll be brought down by Sinclair and others. But that's another Vineland first down. So Anthony Arthur starting to get his legs underneath them as well. First and 10 for Vineland. They are now in the red zone for the first time tonight, and that clock continues to run.
And that Vineland offensive line seems to be moving their feet now.
Definitely getting a big push up front. Russo takes it. Fake, he'll run it himself up the gut, and more Mainland gang tackling up the gut after a gain of a few there from Russo.
Clock keeps ticking here, so we're about a minute and 50 seconds left in the half.
We have 2nd and 8. It's about 90 ticks to go here in the first half. Russo. Play fake. Dumping one. That is caught. Newman trying to get down the sideline, chopped down by Ordilly. It'll be third down now for Vineland.
And it'd be big for Vineland to get some points here because they get the ball after half since Mainland started with it. So even if it was just 3 points here, to then get the ball back.
Definitely want to punch it in here. Under a minute to go. And they're not going to bother using a timeout yet. Still have all 3. Now they have 3rd and 1 from the 9. 3rd and a long one. Blakely in motion. Russo, quarterback keeper, up the gut. Spins off one tackler going down, and it looks like he's got enough for a Vineland first down. There's going to be 1st and goal. They'll stop the clock momentarily while they reset the chains. But Vineland seriously knocking on the door now. And now we have more whistles. We are going to get a timeout. That's Vineland's first of the half with 31 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
It's a nice little 4-minute drill they just set up.
Like you mentioned, Vineland gets the ball to start the second half. One of these little 2-for-1 possessions here. Yeah,
it's big. Even if it's just a field goal, not necessarily a touchdown, but it's big to get points before half. Get a little momentum going to halftime, then you get the ball back to start the third quarter.
We'll have 1st and goal. Looks like inside the 5. We do have 2 timeouts. If you're Vineland, you probably keep running it with Russo right up the gut.
I mean, it's worked every other time.
First and goal. Here's Russo out of the timeout. Takes it. He'll run himself, and he is in for the touchdown. Daniel Russo punches it in for the first Vineland score of the ball game, 14-6 now. They can cut the lead in half pending the extra point.
And Daniel Russo, like you said, quarterback keeper once again. I think he only handed off once, other than that throw to get them down to the 3 that entire drive.
That is Russo's 4th rushing touchdown on the season, 7th overall. And Colin Graff on to kick the extra point. Ethan Evans to hold. Snap, hold, kick is on the way, and it is good. Just snuck it in, and now we have some extra whistles.
Mainland coaches are telling them to stay on the field. Looks like a false start on Vineland.
Hidden flag across the way. So we will redo that. Well, Graff will kick it again. See if we can nail it now from 5 yards further. High snap put down, and it's blocked.
Blocked. Noah Torres was that first Mainland player in there.
Well, you called it. He's a playmaker on offense, but thrilled to have him on defense, and obviously special teams as well. It's 14-6 after Noah Torres blocks the extra point.
Yeah, he flies around, plays some defensive end, obviously plays some wide receiver on offense. He's quick, he's athletic, he's fun to watch.
Now look at the block kick. Definitely disrupted by that high snap as Torres broke right through and got that left hand up in the air. 26 seconds to go here in the half. Mainland. Let's see what they decide to do depending on where they get the football. Pleased you're with us here on this beautiful Friday evening on the Charlie's Bar Game of the Week. Also presented by Shore Orthopedic and the Docks Place. And, of course, this broadcast is produced by Ulmer's Appliance Service. Nick Costco alongside Brianna Smith. Matt Ulmer is upstairs.
Think Mainland can get some points on the board before half ends. 26 seconds, 2 timeouts.
What do you think? They have a 26-second offense?
Hey, hand it off to Brill. That could be all they need.
See what Vineland's going to do here is Ordilly and Mace are back to return. But if I'm Colin Graff of Vineland right now, I am pooch kicking this and keeping away from Mace.
That would be the smart move. We don't want to kick it out of bounds, though.
See what they do here. Again, 130 seconds to go. Vineland does get the ball to start the third quarter. It's a big score for them on that last drive. And they are going to kick it deep. Far side, though, Ordilly. Ordilly breaks one tackle, splitting defenders across the 30-yard line, tackled by a host of Vineland defenders. Antoine Rivera among them in there. And Mainland's going to set up shop at the 32-yard line with 22 seconds to go here in this first half. Let's see if they sit on it or, hey, we haven't seen it often tonight. Maybe they elect to go to the air.
Switch it up a little, see what we can do with 22 seconds left. With an empty backfield, you might be right.
Leslie sends Sheeran in motion. He'll fake it. Leslie, jab step, breaks one tackle, still moving. Marlon Leslie trying to move the pile across the 40-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout. Quick one there from Mainland. That's their second of the half. They have one left, 12 seconds to go. And looks like based on that spot, it was enough for a first down.
And I thought with that empty backfield, They were going to take it to the air, but quarterback keeper, which seems to be serving both quarterbacks, actually.
"12 seconds to go now. 1st and 10 for Mainland. Their own 42. They have one timeout remaining. They lead at 14-6. See if Leslie goes to the air here on this empty set. Sheeran, the motion man. Leslie, play fake, looking. Going downfield. Cohen Cook is the man, and it is incomplete. Overshot him. 6 seconds to go. I would say that has to at least be a welcome sight. Cohen Cook back out there in the lineup for the Mustangs. He's been missing for a good chunk of the season.
Yeah, him and number 11, Hunter Watson, both coming back last week. Weren't really sure, just with surgeries and injuries, if they were going to be back this season. Again, both sophomores. It's kind of a good problem Mainland has. They got a lot of young playmakers, so it's nice to have both of them back in the lineup.
Cook, a big target last season in this Mustang offense. Only a sophomore. 6 seconds. Leslie dropping straight back, pumps once. Now he's going to take off and run up the gut, lowers the shoulder across midfield, and he gets the first down. We do have whistles. We're going to stop the clock here. I would think they're going to take their last timeout here. Yep, there it is. Mainland calls their final timeout, so we will have one more play. Got to think Hail Mary here.
I would think so. I would hope so. 1.2 seconds left.
Leslie's got a big arm. And they did move the football up a little bit further, so let's see what they elect to do. And the last pass he threw, decided to go for Cohen Cook. He may only be listed at 5'10", 165, but Cook actually does have a pretty big catch radius, as far as I can remember.
For sure, and his older brother was huge for Mainland, Jake Cook. So both great athletes. I actually think Cohen might end up being bigger than Jake.
Right, hit that sophomore growth spurt.
Yeah. So, again, although we're young, it's a good problem to have. And we get MJ and Brill back next season as well.
Leslie and Mace, both juniors. So Mace not out of the running for the Mainland all-time rushing record in school history for a career. Last play of the half. Leslie will swing it over to Torres. Torres, hook and ladder. And that one blew up in their face, and Mainland's going to fall on the football as Mace was there, but Vineland snuffed it out. And with that play, that'll bring us to the end of the first half. So after 24 minutes on your Charlie's Bar Game of the Week, it's Mainland 14, Vineland 6. Overall, a good first half there for the Mustangs. I would say you gotta love what you saw from Mainland, at least at a couple of those drives.
Oh, for sure. And like I said, getting started on offense has kind of been a problem. They've been plagued with a little bit of bad snaps over the head for losses, and they kind of shoot themselves in the foot a little bit. So, I like what I'm seeing so far. Hopefully, they can carry this into the second half.
Vineland answered on their final drive of the half to cut the lead in half, and they will get the ball to start the third quarter as well. Take a break. Mike McGarry of the Press of AC going to join us up here in the booth in just a little bit. Stay tuned for that. You're watching the Charlie's Bar Game of the Week. Mainland up on Vineland at the half, 14-6. Halftime here at Mainland Regional High School. The Mustangs up 14-6 on the Violent Fighting Clan. Nick Costco alongside Brianna Smith. And, of course, up here in the booth, pleased to be joined by the press of AC's Mike McGarry. Mike, what have you seen out so far out of this first half? It seems like Mainland actually moving the ball a little bit better than they have in recent weeks, actually.
Yeah, I guess it started last week against Deptford, right? 34-28, overtime win. Jabril Mace had more than 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, and the second play from scrimmage, he goes 57 yards here. So if you drew it up and you wanted them to build on the momentum of last week, they did a good job of that. And the other thing I'd say is, I guess, if Coach Smith was going to envision a way that his team was going to play this season, this first half would probably be it, with Mace and Leslie running the ball, controlling the ball on the ground, and, leading 14-6 at halftime.
So what do you really think? I mean, to me, I've seen this Mainland team a couple times now this season. There are some weeks where they struggle to run the football because they're either trying to force-feed Leslie or force-feed Mace, but it seems like that balance has struck out pretty well tonight.
Yeah, I guess maybe they're finding themselves, right? Finding their stride. I mean, we can't forget that, Mace and Leslie are juniors. There's a lot of sophomores on the team, too. I think Mainland is kind of a work in progress, or maybe, I don't want to say a year away because, they win this game, they're 4-3, and, the playoffs become a real possibility. But they're young, and we got to remember that, and they're growing, and maybe they're kind of, hitting their stride right now.
When you look at that playoff picture, number 12 in South Group 4 right now, we know the top 16 make it. How much do you really think this win does for them in terms of the power points, considering they are playing a Group 5 school?
Right, it's a boost. I mean, you get Vineland. I mean, Vineland only has the one win, but it is a Group 5 school, so you get that too. And then you got a game next week against Clearview, which is a big school too. So you got opportunities there, before you get to that 8-game limit to get the playoffs. And, it's not like the old days where we used to be able to stay up all night and figure out the PowerPoints and know exactly where you are. That's not the case anymore. It's kind of mysterious, and they tell us on Sunday morning who's going where, and they take the 16 teams and they put 8 in Central Jersey and 8 in South Jersey. So it's not as clear cut as it used to be. But if you're 12-11, you maintain that, you got a good chance of getting in, and tonight's win would be a step in that direction.
For sure.
What do you expect from this team here in the second half? Obviously, Vineland did get that answer right at the end of the half, and they get the ball to start the third quarter. So what are your expectations here for this third quarter?
Yeah, I mean, you look at from the Vineland perspective, I mean, they come in 1-4, and we talked about Mainland being young. I mean, Daniel Russo, the coach's son, the coach is Dan Russo. He looks good for a freshman. It's really the first time I've seen him. He throws a nice ball. He's running. He doesn't look frazzled out there. He looks poised and stuff like that. So, I would look for Mainland to do more of the same. I think they want to control the ball with Leslie and Mace running the football. Maybe they only threw it twice. Really, they only threw it once in the guts of the first half. They threw it twice there at the end.
Yeah.
I know your dad probably wants to throw it a lot more, but he's going to have to hold back a little bit. I think they want to run it more with Leslie and Mace, control the clock, and just continue what they did in the first half.
I was going to say, I think he's happy with that 1-2 punch and chewing that
Right.
clock up. I think he'll take that any day.
Yeah, well, it's such a couple of times when they run that sort of option where Leslie kind of puts it in Mace's belly and then pulls it. That's tough for defensive. Where if you're a defensive guy, who you tackling there? And a couple of times those two ran it to perfection.
Mike McGarry, press of AC, pleasure for you to be in the booth with us as always, and you're rolling around everywhere. You're at all the big games every week. We love it.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Press of AC, 14-6, Mainland on top of Vineland. We'll be back for the second half. Second half action here at Mainland Regional High School. Nick Costco alongside Brianna Smith. Matt Omer upstairs producing and filming tonight's broadcast. Our Charlie's Bar game of the week. Mainland on top 14-6. They will kick it away to begin things here in the second half. Vineland answered late in that first half, courtesy of a Dan Russo touchdown. So it seems like Vineland now a little bit more alive on offense. Mainland going to have to tighten up the defense after that last defensive series.
Definitely. I think their biggest thing was that offensive line kept their feet moving. Obviously, Daniel Russo kept the ball most of that drive. So we'll see if Mainland can come out on defense like they did those first few drives of the game and stop them on 3 and out.
And has to kick it deep. That one is going to hit the sideline and out of bounds, and not the start you wanted for the Mustangs. He kept it away from Blakely, but unfortunately the penalty flag comes up, and Vineland is going to have good field position to start this second half. That ball up. Actually, they are going to elect to re-kick after all that, so they're going to back them up. Vineland wants the return here.
And just a quick shout out, because I'm looking in the end zone. Mainland did honor the 1980 championship team. So I think there was like 20 or 25 players from that team came out. They were honored at halftime, which is pretty cool. It's kind of something that my dad has started here, bringing back old teams, old coaches. Obviously, youth night was tonight also, so just trying to get the community involved, whether you're, a youth kid or you're an alumni.
Good reunion there for that team. 42 seasons ago. Penn has to kick it again, and Blakely going back for a nice boot. See what we can do on this return. Coming back towards the middle of the field, finds a crease, lowers the shoulder, and he's out near the 40-yard line. So either way, Vineland, good starting field position. They just wanted the chance to return, and the Fighting Clans start the second half on offense as we open things up here in the third quarter. Daniel Russo, the lone scorer for the Fighting Clan in that first half. The freshman quarterback listed at 6 foot, just a shade under 200 pounds. That's a big freshman, and he has certainly proven capable of playing the toughest position on the field. He's out in the shotgun here with Arthur to his left. We're sending Blakely in motion. Russo on the keeper, across the 40-yard line, lowering the shoulder, and he's across up to the 45-yard line. Sinclair in on the tackle, along with Nate Wagner. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4 coming up. Seems like both quarterbacks tonight not afraid of running right at the gut, lowering the shoulder.
No, and that quarterback keeper's worked for both quarterbacks.
Both teams content as well with burning a lot of clock, 2 run-oriented offenses here. Although Russo does have 346 yards and 3 touchdown passes coming into tonight. 2nd and 4. Handoff goes to Arthur up the gut. A head full of steam. He's got the first down across midfield. Noah Torres on the stop, but not before Vineland gets a first down. Ball spotted just across midfield. Vineland searching for their 2nd win of the season. Tough loss last week to Shawnee. Played much tighter tonight so far. 1st and 10. Russo. Keeper up the gut. Handful of Mustangs there to bring him down after about a gain of, we'll call that 1.5, 2 yards. 2nd down coming up.
I was going to say at first it looked like he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but he might have gained a yard or 2 there. And Vineland's left tackle and left guard are huge. Just in terms of size.
James Bullock and Jameson Blanding, your left tackle and left guard for Vineland, respectively, both 6'5" and 6'6", respectively, 270 plus. So, yes, that's a big side of that left line. 2nd and 8. Russo dropping straight back. Left side, Hitchens, catch. Makes one man miss, but he's brought down by 3 Mainland defenders. And there's Nate Wagner again. First one in on the stop, and he got reinforcements. And I don't know if Hitchens got much. Maybe got about a yard on the play. Looks like we're going to get 3rd and 7 now. Mainland snuffing out even this passing offense of Vineland.
Yeah, and this will be a big 3rd down stop here if they can stop them at the 45.
Right.
Oh.
They're in Mainland territory. Almost got on the jump. Russo getting the call from the sideline as you see Vineland, that no huddle approach. See the signals on the far sideline. Russo dropping straight back, looking, still looking, throws down the field. That one is reeled in by Hitchens. Hitchens on the move across the 25-yard line, brought down by Sheeran. That's a huge first down for the Vineland Fighting Clan. They are on the move just outside the red zone.
That's a huge play by De'Anna Russo. There were a lot of Mainland guys in that backfield. I thought for a second there was even going to be a tap ball or maybe even a sack, but managed to get that ball out for a huge pickup for them.
Russo has a bit of a longer release. Look at that ball came out awkwardly, but it flew quite fine over to Hitchens across the field.
Yeah, and he made a great play on the ball, too.
Opening drive of this second half. Russo on first down, hands off to Arthur. Arthur trying to bounce off one man, and Sinclair, Torres, Wagner. Heck, the whole Mustang Corral is out there for that stop. 2nd down now for Vineland.
And we mentioned them a few times, Noah Torres and Paul Lombardo on that right side.
On 2nd and 8, Russo in the shotgun takes it again. Dumps one right side. It's Hitchens up the sideline. First down. Lowers the shoulder. Breaks a tackle. Heading out of bounds. It's going to be 1st and goal. James Hitchens, 6'3", 175. The junior wide receiver is a big target. And he's made the Mustang defense pay on 2 of the last 3 plays on this drive. So Vineland starting to open up things in the passing game. Vineland has the ball spotted at the 5. Russo in the shotgun on 1st and goal. Handoff. Arthur try to get that backside counter going, and Mainland was ready. 2nd and goal now. This is where Mainland struggled last defensive series in this goal line situation. But so far, a tackle for no gain. But Vineland threatening in this one-score game.
They've chewed up a lot of clock here. We're already about 7:20 left in the quarter.
Yeah, you're right. This is the opening drive of the half for Vineland. Almost 5 minutes so far. Russo takes it. Handoff. Arthur spins off one man across the goal line. Is he in? No. Just short. Looks like less than a yard, about a half yard shy of the goal line. 3rd and goal coming up. Arthur, some tough running from the senior running back.
Yeah, Noah Torres again in that backfield. I think one of the first Mainland players, but
we mentioned how both these offenses are run-oriented. Vineland certainly keeping this Mainland defense out here for a while. As we are approaching now the halfway point of the 3rd quarter. Fighting Clan been able to mix in some passes, though. 3rd and goal. Russo takes it. Handoff, and we're going to get whistles, some early movement. And looks like it's going to be a false start on Vineland, and if so, that's a killer.
and that's a huge break for Mainland there. And another you can't do that from the crowd crazy.
Mainland student section quite pleased. Back them up 5 yards. 3rd and goal now from the 6. And on a play where it looked like Arthur was going to get the handoff up the gut. Now you got to see what the Fighting Clan are going to pull out of their bag of tricks. Incorporated more passing on this drive. But I got to think at this point, I know it's only third quarter, but got to be 4 down territory.
That was what I was going to ask, depending on what happened on this play. Do you go for it? But I think just how the game's going, I think you have to.
Russo dropping straight back on 3rd and goal. Pumps once, pressure coming, avoids the rush. Rolling to his right. Russo looking, end zone, incomplete, and a flag is down. He was looking for Blakely, who's also now shaken up. Beg your pardon, he's looking for Taysom Newman. He's limping a little bit. He was the intended target, but we'll have to check on the flag. Could be in the area of holding.
Just depending on body language, I think you might be right.
And it will be holding on Vineland, so back him up again.
So that's, break for Mainland, but 2 just bad penalties for Vineland on basically like the half-yard line.
And now they are backed up. See where they spot the ball just outside the 20-yard line. So you go, as you mentioned, Brian, you go from the half-yard line to now you're just barely outside the red zone.
And it's 3rd down, and now is it still 4 down territory here? Do you go for a field goal now that you're pushed back? We'll have to see what happens on the
Colin Graff's got a boot, so we'll see. But from right now, be a 38-yard field goal. On 3rd and goal, Russo. Back, pressure, lobbing one, end zone, and it is intercepted. It's Jabril Mason in the end zone. He'll make a cut. He's going to take it out now, across the 15-yard line, across the 20. Head full of steam, Jabril Mace. Mace, across midfield. Mace on the sideline. Goodbye. Touchdown, Mainland. Oh my goodness.
Like there might be a flag, unfortunately.
Jabril Mace. We have a flag down. Oh, this could be coming back. We're going to have to wait on the call. The flag is down back inside the 5-yard line. If that one's on Mainland, it's going to wipe out a 105-yard interception return for Jabril Mace.
I think they're calling it a block in the back on Mainland, which is a killer. That's a huge, huge, huge play by Jabril there. But it looks like it's coming all the way back 100 yards.
You can see the Mustangs are going to walk and jog back down the other way. And what could have been the biggest momentum swing of the game, this could go back. Obviously, the Mainland crowd not liking that call. And Russo.
Essentially 3 plays in a row. There were bad penalties by both teams. Kind of hurt them a little bit.
That penalty is going to negate the interception as well. Boy, that's a killer. Ball is moved up to the 10-yard line, so 3rd and goal, and now Vineland another crack at the end zone after the ill-advised throw from Daniel Russo. Russo, quarterback keeper, up the gut, breaks one tackle, breaks another, and Russo's in. Touchdown, Vineland. What a turn of events. Now 14-12 with 5:21 to go. And I would guess they're going to go for 2 here to tie it up rather than risk having to drive all the way down the field again. It looks like the offense is going to stay on the field and go for the tie here as we are a little bit more than halfway through the 3rd quarter.
And what a momentum swing.
It looked like Mainland was going to go back up by 2 scores on Jabril Mace's pick 6 from the opposite end zone. But a defensive violation negates that. And now Daniel Russo, 2 rushing touchdowns this evening, and now they'll line up for the 2-point conversion. Russo rolling right. Looking, flushed, avoids the rush, avoids it again, end zone, and it's picked off. And they're going to blow this one dead. A beautiful job there by Khalid Foster. Had the interception, and Mainland maintains this 2-point lead. So even after all that, Mainland still on top, and they'll get the ball back here for the first time in this half.
Yeah, which is huge. I mean, obviously we would have loved that touchdown, but Still up by 2, getting the ball back. 5:21 left in the third. And I believe that interception on the 2-point conversion was by a freshman. Khalib Foster, I believe, is a freshman. So again, a lot of young players on Mainland making plays.
We have a Vineland player down along the far side. And it was Daniel Russo, the quarterback. He is okay, though. He gets up, and he'll walk off under his own power. Now look at that wiped out pick 6 as Jabril Mace picked one off in double coverage. And dangerous play, of course, taking it out of the end zone. But with a kid like that, he made everybody miss, and essentially a kick return there.
I was going to say my first instinct was like, oh, just stay, get a touchback. Because a lot of times it doesn't work out like that. But when you got talent and speed like Jabril, clearly like he showed, I mean, obviously got taken back, but kid's quick.
Some tremendous blocking, too, from the Mainland defense. But wiped out, and Vineland back within 2, 14-12. 5:21 to go here in the third quarter. Colin Graff to kick it away. Mace and Stephen Ordilli back deep to return for Mainland. Now get the 15. Graff the run-up. Send one sky high. This one's going to be Ordilli with a running start to 30, 35, 40, and trying to break free across the 45. Brought down by a host of Vineland defenders. So Mainland, despite giving up the touchdown, they're up by 2, and they have great field position to start this second half.
And I know you mentioned start of the game about Mainland's kickoff return. A lot of times they stay away from number 4 for obvious reasons, like we just saw a few minutes ago, but Mike Ordilli isn't a bad, or is it Steven Ordilli, excuse me. He's pretty quick, fast too.
The sophomore can certainly make a lot of plays. Also, occasionally in the backfield as well, but tonight it's been the Marlon Leslie, Jabril Mace show. But this is actually the first time we're seeing them on offense in the second half after Vineland chewed up nearly 7 minutes on the clock. 1st and 10 from the 48. Handoff, Mace up the gut, lowering the shoulder, across the 45-yard line, and he'll get a nice chunk. It'll be 2nd and short coming up for the Mustangs. I would say game plan, man. Again, you're still leading. A little more sense of urgency, but the rushing offense worked quite well in that first half. Why not stay to it right here?
We talked about in halftime just how fast that first half went by, and again, this third quarter is kind of flying by too, just because it seems like both teams are relying on that run game.
2nd and a long 3. Mace gets the handoff again, and Vineland that time ready for him. A handful of defenders. Once again, a lot of gang tackling from both sides tonight. It's going to be 3rd down, and we'll call that a long 3. So really no gain there for Mace.
Four down territory.
And on the plus side of the field, especially in a 4th and short situation. That guy, Marlon Leslie's been pretty good up the gut. On 3rd and 3. Leslie keeps it. There he goes. Across the 40. He's got the first down. Tackle made there by Antoine Rivera from behind. But Leslie moves to 6. And a fresh set of downs.
And kind of going off of what Mike McGarry was saying at halftime, obviously Jabril's first time playing with MJ. A lot of this is read option stuff, so a lot of it is just kind of getting that flow, getting comfortable with each other. But it seems like between last week and this week, it seems to finally be more cohesive than it's been all season.
Certainly picking their spots rather well. Leslie on 1st and 10, and now we have early movement. We got flags, and it looks like it's going to be a false start on the Mustangs. So back him up. Mace not on the field for this play. Giving him a breather. Under 3 to play in this third quarter. Mainland on top, 14-12. Stephen Ordilli is now in the backfield with Leslie. And now more whistles, and looks like we are going to get a timeout from Mainland. That'll be their first. They have 2 remaining in this half.
2:37 left in the quarter. 1st and 15 for Mainland.
Good time to remind you folks who are just joining us on this broadcast. 14-12 Mainland over Vineland on our Charlie's Bar game of the week. Also presented by Shore Orthopedic and the Doc's Place. And this broadcast is produced by Ulmer's Appliance Service. Matt Ulmer upstairs, our esteemed producer and game film operator. Nick Costco alongside Brianna Smith here in the booth. Been a very intriguing game. Mainland had a 14-0 lead in that first half, but Vineland has slowly chipped away. But the
14-6 first half.
They've chipped away after that missed extra, but really, I was going to say that the difference right now is that missed extra point and then the failed 2-point conversion.
Yep. And a lot of times, that sometimes can come back and bite you in the butt, so we'll see if that's the case here.
1st and 15. Leslie, play fake, looking to throw. He's going deep, wants Sheeran, and it is incomplete. A lot of contact, there's a flag. Looked like Deshaun Winchester did not get his head turned around, and that's going to get you every time. And Mainland already taking the jog upfield deep into Vineland territory on the pass interference call.
I was going to say, sometimes when you get stuck and not looking at the ball, they're probably going to call it almost every time.
Dangerous throw, too, from Leslie. That was double coverage for Sheeran. Ball a little bit underthrown. That's going to be an automatic first down. And Mainland catches a break. Still no Mace. We see him on the sideline. Looks like he's getting his shoe retied.
Hopefully that's all it is just getting his shoe retied.
He's walking a little gingerly, we can see from up here, but he seems to be all right. So looks like he might be okay to go back in the game. But he's been out the past couple plays. 1st and 10. On the 25. Leslie, low snap, picks it up. He's going to run it himself up the gut. Breaks 1 tackle, and he'll be brought down after a gain of a few. Look like Jameer Bryson, the first one in on the contact and the stop. And they're going to give Leslie 2+ on that run. 2nd down now. Stephen Ordilli still in the backfield with Leslie on this 2nd and 8. Mace on the sideline, but he's got his helmet on. See if they get the star back in there eventually. 2nd and 8. Leslie, delayed handoff. Ordilli up the gut. Lunging forward, and he's brought down hard just across the 20-yard line. Emmanuel Dovalis on the stop. So short of the first down, but Mainland will have 3rd and 3 coming up.
We got Brill back in the game in for Stephen Ordilli.
Nice tough run there by Ordilli. As you mentioned, Brianna, Mace now back in. Was walking a little gingerly, so we'll see how serious he's hampered. Jack Haynes also checking in for Mainland at tight end. On the right side towards the bottom of your screen as Veneman lines up as the wingback. Leslie. Hands off. Mace following his blockers. Up the gut. Reversing field, and he was brought down, and he slams the ball in frustration. Thought he could get a lot more, but he does get a Mainland first down.
Which is all we're asking for right now, but I know he probably wants a touchdown back since his one got called back.
He's been running hard all night, one of his better games on the season. Of course, he did move up the all-time list in Mainland history. He's now second all-time in rushing in school history. Mace also owns 2 of the top games in school history in a single game, including third all-time, 242, just last week. First and 10. Handoff, Mace again, makes a cut, following his blockers, lower on the shoulder, and it'll be brought down just shy of the 10-yard line. So give him a gain of about, we'll call it 3, maybe 4. And with that play, that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter as the clock hits all zeros. We'll flip sides. So after 3, it's Mainland 14, Vineland 12. You are watching the Charlie's Bar Game of the Week, Mainland versus Vineland. Fourth quarter action here at Charlie's Bar, Game of the Week. Nick Costco alongside Brianna Smith. Matt Ulmer upstairs producing tonight's broadcast. It's 2nd and 6 here for Mainland as Leslie fakes it. Looking to keep it himself, reversing direction, and gets forward for, we'll call that about 4 yards. 3rd and short coming up for the Mustangs as they are knocking on the door again. Up by 2 here, 14-12. Trying to make this a 2-score game once again here at the start of this fourth quarter. And a tight one tonight. Vineland scored the last 12 points so far. May looking to finally answer. This is their first possession, by the way, of this second half. Leslie will keep it. Cutting to the right side, reaching for the goal line.
Touchdown?
Is he in?
Their hands aren't up yet.
Touchdown, Mainland. Delayed signal, but Marlon Leslie punches it through. And they're back up by 8. Beautiful run there by Leslie.
Big run and big to score some points after Vineland scores 12 unanswered. You kind of want to get back on the board, so huge answer by Mainland.
So Marlon Leslie makes the lead 8, and Brady Panis, the kicker, can make it a 2-score game. This is a huge extra point. Snap, hold, kick on the way, and it is good. Delayed call there from the officials, but that cleared the uprights. It's 21-12, and we are at a 2-score game now early in the fourth quarter. Leslie, the leader tonight. 2 touchdowns on the ground for him. Jabril Mace, the other one. We've seen the Mainland defense tighten up, but on their last 2 defensive series, they've given up scores. So maybe third time's the charm here for the Mustang defense.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see them kind of get back to how they started this game. Vineland couldn't really get much of anything going. So we'll see how Vineland responds, see if they stick with that run game. Obviously now they're down by 2 scores, so it might be a little more desperation mode.
Vineland's used a lot of clock on all of their possessions tonight, including nearly 7 minutes on their opening drive of the third quarter. We've seen the passing game open up a little bit as well for the Fighting Clan as Daniel Russo has found his big target, James Hitchens. Found him twice on that last drive that led to a touchdown. Winchester and Blakely back deep to return. Blakely on the near side. He'll be to the bottom of your screen. Panis will boot it deep. And this is going to be Blakely. He'll get a running start. Across the 20, 25. Blakely up the gut, lowers the shoulder, and he's just tripped up across the 35-yard line. And boy, good thing there were some hands stuck out there. Otherwise, Blakely had no one behind him.
And when he got hit, I thought for a second the ball came out, but if he got past that line of Mainland, he was probably taking that for 6.
11:05 to go in the ball game. Mainland up 21-12. The 3-3 Mustangs looking to improve their playoff positioning. They are number 12 in South Jersey Group 4 at the moment. But taking down a Group 5 school tonight will definitely help those power points. 1st and 10 for Russo and company. The keeper up the gut, and he'll get across the 40-yard line. Not much, though.
I think that was Hunter Watson was that first one in there.
He was.
Sophomore.
First tackle of the night for Watson, by himself at least. There's been a lot of gang tackles here tonight. As you mentioned, Brianna, another sophomore on this Mustang defense. Really a starting 22. A lot of young bucks stepping up tonight and throughout the entire season.
Yeah, Mainland's a young team.
2nd and 6. Russo back, pumps once, looking, going downfield. Wants Hitchens, makes the catch in stride, and Hitchens is gone for the touchdown. Vineland strikes back. Well, we thought this was going to be a grinded-out game. We are only less than 2 minutes gone in this 4th quarter, and we have 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, unfortunately, number 12 for Mainland, Caleb Foster. He's a freshman. He just got beat on that play, but happens. Just a tough play, but still a lot of time left, and we'll see. This is a big extra point.
As the first touchdown reception for Hitchens on the season, 4th touchdown pass for Russo on the year. Graff will kick the extra points. 21-18, so it's a 3-point game. They cannot tie it, of course. So they're just going to elect for the extra point here. Graff, low snap, kick is on the way, and it is good. Just snuck it in there. 21-19 now. 2-point game once again. So it looked like Mainland took some air out of the Vineland sideline, and they come right back in the huge touchdown pass from Russo to Hitchens. Back to a 2-point game.
It's kind of been like a roller coaster of momentum. I feel like in the beginning it was definitely Mainland obviously scoring the first 2 plays of the game and went back to Vineland before half. So it's been a back-and-forth game when I think at first we thought it might be a little bit one-sided.
Well, now is the time for the Mustangs to respond here. They bled about 6 minutes of clock on their last drive, going back to the halfway point of the 3rd quarter, and they scored to open up this 4th quarter. Both defenses have been tough, but these offenses breaking through. Not too many possessions here tonight. This is the upcoming only 5th possession for Mainland tonight. The only possession where they didn't score was on the last possession of the half, where they were trying some Hail Marys. Graff will pooch one, and this is going to be, it's like Mike Ordilli actually, the up back, and he'll get up across the 40-yard line. Beg your pardon, Joe Sheeran on the return there for the Mainland Mustangs. Just across the 40, and we have a little over 10 minutes to go in the ball game, and now let's see how Mainland grinds it out on this drive.
It's funny when you said Mike Ordilli, I'm like, wait, where is, I haven't heard his name much, but I see him on the sideline now. It looks like he's hurt. There's a brace on his knee, so it doesn't look like Mike Ordilli's in the game, just Steven, his younger brother.
Yeah, he's been out Sheeran in that up back position on that return. 41-yard line. 1st and 10 for Leslie and company. Handoff, Mace. Up the gut, across the 45, and nearly broke free, but Vineland's defense there. William Davis, the middle linebacker, filling the gap, making the stop among others. It's second down. And you know, Mustangs are definitely going to be sitting on the ball here.
Definitely. I mean, there's still decent amount of time left in the game, so we'll see how much clock they can chew off.
Second and 5 from the 46. Leslie. Handoff, Mace cutting to his left. And he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. May have gotten a yard, but that's it. Newman, the first one in on the stop there for Vineland. Third down now. This is a big third down too, Brianna, because
you took the words right out of my mouth. Especially, almost at midfield. Still just under 9 minutes left. It'd be huge to capitalize on this, keep the clock moving, get a fresh set of downs.
Mainland trying to hang on to this lead, keep this clock moving, and keep moving this drive forward. Leslie will keep it up the gut across midfield, lower in the shoulder. He's got the first down. Some tough running from the junior quarterback.
Pickup.
Bryson there to bring him down, but not before Leslie moves the sticks. And as we just mentioned, that's a huge first down for the Mustangs, as now we approach the 8.5-minute mark of this fourth quarter.
And because he's so hard to tackle, sometimes when he keeps his feet moving and falls, it's an extra few yards there. So I think it's basically what happened, because Jersey was grabbed and everything, and he's still got that first down.
We mentioned before, he's a big boy to bring down, 6'2", 210. First and 10. Student section starting to get lively once again.
Oh.
Ready to get whistles. And it'll be a timeout. Mustangs have one left in this half. But they do have first and 10 with 7:59 to play, up by 2. Of course, while we have this moment, this is our Charlie's Bar Game of the Week. And the game also presented by Shore Orthopedic and the Docks Place. And the broadcast, of course, produced by Omer's Appliance Service with our good buddy Matt Omer upstairs. Nick Costco alongside Brianna Smith for tonight's broadcast. Good game. Only a 2-point lead here for Mainland, at a 14-0 lead late in the half until Vineland finally put one on the board before hitting the locker room. Cut the lead to 2 on their first drive of the half, but Mainland responded. And then Vineland responded. So we've had a back-and-forth seesaw affair since Mainland had that opening 2-score lead.
Roller coaster.
I believe they call that a roller coaster of emotions.
Emotion? Yeah.
First and 10. Mainland driving. Handoff Mace. Lowering the shoulder again. Stood up after about, we'll give him at least 3 or 4 on the play.
And at this point, that's kind of real all you want. 3-4 yards, chew up the clock.
Hey, you get those 3-4 yard chunks, you're gonna get a first down in 3 or 4 plays anyway. Might as well keep it going.
Yep.
They're gonna give them 4. Second and 6. Cook to the bottom of your screen. Sheeran in the slot. Leslie, low snap, picks it up. Throws left side, this is Sheeran. Down the sideline, and he gets knocked out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line. So gain maybe about 2 on the play. Rivera on the stop, along with Evans, as they all went out of bounds and nearly went into the Gatorade cooler. Third down.
Haven't seen the screenplay much today. And that's going to stop the clock, too.
It's only Leslie's second completion of the day, too. They've only thrown it 4 times.
So another big third down for Mainland.
And with the clock stopped, too, they want to keep this one in bounds. 3rd and 4. Leslie, handoff. Mace going forward, trying to push the pile. We'll have to see where they mark him. Far side judge says no. And I think we're going to get 4th and 1.
I mean,
I think at this point you go for it here.
I'm going to have a talk with the coach if he doesn't go for it right now.
Well, no punting unit coming out here. Leslie makes the jog out to the huddle. It's 4th and 1, 6.5 to go. Could be our biggest moment of the game here. 4th and 1. Shotgun for Leslie. Takes it. Handoff. Mace up the gut. I don't know if he got it. Vineland says no. Mainland says yes. We're waiting on the signal here. I don't know. That looks really close. We might have to get a measurement here. And we are going to get a measurement. That is going to be a referee official's timeout with 6:14 to go. And where that ball is, this is going to be close.
It is going to be close, and that'll be a huge stop for Vineland. And it's hard because sometimes from our vantage point, looked good, but Vineland seemed very excited as well as their sideline.
Looks like the ball is right at the 41-yard line. That first down marker, at least from our vantage point,
looks like a 42, right?
Looks like the 42 or even maybe the 41 and a half. So, well, we'll know in a few seconds here.
All we need is just a little bit of that ball.
Just need that nose of the football. Let's see. And that is clearly a first down. The entire football is across the way. First down, Mainland, huge. First down.
I almost said first down until Vineland, their sideline seemed very excited there. And I'm like, maybe I just have a bad vantage point. I'm not going to say anything, but huge pickup for Mainland.
I mean, sometimes those guys like to, push the ball back a half yard and someone kicks in like, oh, no, they have to reset it. And then some guy, quote unquote, resets it and it's still behind the marker.
You always see those GIFs. The NFL lineman will come by and just move it back 3 or 4 yards.
Well, Mainland gets the first down here, fresh set. 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Leslie. Handoff Mace, cutting to the right side. Down the sideline, Jabril Mace breaks free. Mace for the touchdown.
Huge, huge, huge. He finally got that touchdown back for the one that was called back.
His second of the ball game. Jabril Mace makes some pay. And it's 27-19. Mainland in front. They're up by 8. And here we go for the all-important extra point for the Mustangs to make it a 2-score game.
I was about to say, does he go for 2 here? Just be a 2-score game, but.
They're up by 8 now, so even with a miss, Vineland would need a 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. See if Panis nailed this one. On the way. It's good. Brady Panis is 4 of 4 tonight. Huge on special teams. It's a 9-point game, 28-19. Back to a 2-score affair. And with less than 6 minutes to go in the ball game, Vineland has some work to do.
Huge drive by Mainland. Had a few big 3rd down conversions, had a huge 4th down conversion. I think only chewed up about 4 minutes. Didn't they start around the 9-minute mark? So didn't chew up too much time, but.
Well, we know Vineland can air it out. Dan Russo found Hitchens on that last drive for a quick score. So they're not out of the woods yet, but it's back to a 2-score game. In case you just joined us, we've had a good one. 28-19, Mainland in front. On our Charlie's Bar game of the week. A win tonight for Mainland will put them at 4-3 as we approach that 8-game mark for the postseason. And certainly taking down a Group 5 school is going to help out a little bit in those power points as they look to make the Group 4 playoffs. Pass, kick it away. Buddha deep. This will be Winchester on the near side. 20. He'll cut, makes one man miss. Stiff arm, and he's going to be dragged down. Stephen Ordilli, now Cohen Cook, flagged down. Winchester just got tossed out of bounds back near the 5-yard line. We'll see where they actually mark him, and we will check on that flag. Boy, Stephen Ordilli, a man possessed, would not let go. That looks like that's going to be a holding penalty on Vineland, so back him up even further. Well, that's a killer.
I would say penalties have hurt them today, just in tough situations. When you kind of need luck on your side, penalties have shot themselves in the foot a little bit.
Well, since they're down by 2 scores as well with little time remaining, you got to expect more plays to the air here. They'll have 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. Russo. Blakely goes in motion. Russo will keep. Left side brought down immediately. Nowhere to go. And that's going to be a tackle for loss. Like Eric Ingram actually got in on the tackle there for the loss. Looks like he actually got forward a little bit, Russo did, so it's going to be 2nd and 9. Back, looking, downfield over the middle. It's picked off! It's Jabril Mace trying to high step his way. Cutting, 15, 10, out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. That time, that interception will count for Jabril Mace.
And, I mean, if we had $1 for how many times he said this kid's name today, but
I'd be a very rich man tonight.
Yeah, he could do it on both sides of the ball. He's obviously a tremendous athlete. Huge, huge, huge interception. Obviously, Vineland needs the points right now. And
Russo is
pretty deep in their territory, so we'll see what they can do here.
Russo is trying to hit Blakely in his stride. Ball a little underthrown, and then Mace undercut the route. And now the Mustangs can look to put the icing on the cake here. Mace to the sideline for now as Stephen Ordilli gets the carry, and he's going to be brought down right away. Not much room for him to go as Dovilis makes the tackle once again. He's been a one-man wrecking crew on that defensive line. 6'5", 216 he's listed at. That's a big boy.
The size of their linemen on both sides.
And he's only on the defensive line. You have those 2 tackles, or assuming the 2 linemen on the left side for Vineland on the offense. Both saying at 6'5", 6'6". 2nd and goal from the 6. Mace has Ordilli in the backfield. Low snap, Leslie will take it himself. Up the gut, spinning. Inside the 5-yard line, he'll gain 2. And now we have 3rd and goal. Marlon Leslie has 2 touchdowns on the ground tonight. The other 2 belong to Jabril Mace. And he does have the interception now after his epic pick 6 was wiped out back in the 3rd quarter.
I'm sure he's glad to have that back.
Well, Mainland's trying to put it away here. 3.5 to go. Up by 9. Leslie takes it. Keeper up the gut. Reaching. He's in. Touchdown. Marlon Leslie, his 3rd of the evening. Give him now 7 rushing touchdowns on the season. It's 34-19.
And just when you think he's going to get tackled at the line of scrimmage, he keeps his feet moving.
You cannot bring that man down. They'll send Panis out there for the extra point. Now, a 2-point conversion would make it a 3-score game, but they'll elect to kick it here to make it a 16-point game. Panis on the way, and that one is also perfect. He's 5 of 5 tonight, so a banner day for him. And it's 35-19.
Well, momentum back to Mainland now. I mean, 2 unanswered touchdowns, 3 minutes left.
And now it is desperation time for the Fighting Clan. We just mentioned in the last drive, they're probably going to have to air it out down 2 scores. That's still a 2-score game, but with 3:20 to go, you really have no choice but to keep letting Russo just toss the ball downfield and hopefully hitting one of his guys in stride.
Yeah.
Blakely and Winchester will return once again. They switched sides last time. Blakely now back towards the near side, Winchester to the far side. Actually, that's Xavier Diaz now is checked in as a return man on the far side. And Panis will boot it deep, but it's going to be Blakely anyway from the 15. Trying to find a cut. Blakely across the 30. That's pretty much it. Veneman on the tackle. And back comes the Fighting Clan offense, trailing by 16. We had a tight one for a while, but Mainland
really
pulling away a little bit now. Let's see if they can put the final nail in the coffin here.
And I'd imagine they're going to have to air it out, like you said. Be surprised if it was another QB keeper here, but.
Well, there's that big man Hitchens to the bottom of your screen. Russo in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Handoff, Arthur left side, has some room, breaks the tackle, breaks another one. Arthur across midfield. Arthur head full of steam, still going, and he's finally brought down the 30-yard line. That's a huge run for Arthur as Sinclair makes the tackle. There were 3 minutes to go. Hey, we thought they were going to air it out. One run play, and they're in Mainland territory.
That's the one time I might admit I was wrong there.
You haven't missed much tonight.
Still 3 minutes left.
They run this no-huddle offense, but they get their signals in from the sideline. So they're lining up on the ball, but the sense of urgency, they might want to pick it up. 1st and 10. Russo. Hands off. Arthur bouncing. Still going, and he'll be brought down. Good form. Tackle there at the 25-yard line. That's Nate Wagner with the tackle. And we just got a Vineland timeout. That's their first. They have 2 left. And 2.5 to go. Mainland tried to put it on ice. Not quite over yet. Vineland pushing it.
It just seems like how this game is going. When you think it's over, it's not.
Well, it's going to be 2nd and 5 coming out of the timeout. Russo comes out in the shotgun. Once again, he's got Arthur to his left. Newman shifts to the right side. Russo back, looking, left side, wants Hitchens in the end zone. He made the catch. Touchdown, Vineland! My goodness gracious. James Hitchens had no touchdowns coming into tonight. He's got 2 in this second half. And Vineland now down by 10. You got to go for 2 here.
Yeah. Well, Joe Sheeran tried to make a play on that. That was a great catch.
There's another look at it. That's what happens when you have a 6'3" frame going up and above for that one. So they fight for the ball. So Russo brings the offense out there for a 2-point conversion, trying to make it a one-score game. Russo takes it. Looking. End zone. Incomplete. He was looking for Blakely, and that's a huge stop for the Mustangs. So 2 missed 2-point conversions and a missed extra point tonight for Vineland. And right there, they're leaving 5 points on the board right there. Just on the past couple of possessions. 35-25. And with 2 timeouts, 2.5 to go, it's still a 2-score game. Got to believe onside kick is coming.
You'd have to think so. And it's funny because the last year when Mainland played Vineland, not as many points were scored, but similar situation, kind of a little bit of back and forth, and Mainland kicked an onside kick, I think with like a minute left. Got the onside kick, turned it over, so we ended up losing. I believe it was 13-14, so it was for the win. So just kind of repeat of that back and forth momentum swings, just not as many, a lot more points scored tonight.
They certainly don't want any deja vu tonight. Well, the hands team is definitely on the field now for the Mustangs.
I actually think the Mainland side out called out hands.
Stephen Ordili is the lone return man. You even see Jabril Mace up near the 40-yard line. He's on the far side of the field.
We even have MJ out there on the far side of your screen.
Looks like Ashman is the new kicker. He could be their specialist now. On the ground, it bounces, and it's recovered by the Mustangs. Nice and clean by Connor Callan. Right at midfield. Huge recovery, and really no threat there from Vineland. Stay smart, heads-up play, and now Mustangs back with the football. Vineland has 2 timeouts remaining in a 10-point ball game. And with just a little over 2 minutes to go, a couple first downs, and this baby's over.
Take that victory knee.
See if they can put the finishing touches on this one. First and 10 from the 49. Leslie will take it himself. Got forward for an extra couple of yards. Up to the Vineland 40, we'll call it the 47.5. So maybe about a gain of 2 or 3.
Clock's still ticking.
Clock runs, and I don't see a timeout being called by Vineland here. Looking to maybe save it for these next 2 plays if it can force a 4th down situation. But Mainland is certainly going to hang on here. Second and 8. Leslie. Quarterback run again, low on the shoulder. Huge hit. And now a gang tackle from Vineland. It's going to be 3rd down now. And we have more whistles. Let's see if anybody call it. I don't think anybody call it. Clock stops now.
I think Vineland just
Yeah,
took
we
their
finally do get an official timeout from Vineland. They have 1 left. So last hope here for the Fighting Clan. Essentially a first down here for Mainland, and this one's over.
Although you can't be too short until they're in that victory formation. Just how everything's been going. Can't be too sure.
That is true. Best formation in football. We have about under 90 seconds to go. Third and a long 3. Leslie takes it, and he'll fake it. Coming to the left side, got some space. Marlon Leslie breaks a tackle inside the 30. He's got the first down and a lot more. That should do it. Clock stops momentarily for the chains to get reset, and I don't think Vineland's going to be calling a timeout here. We have a man down now, so they will stop everything. A man down for Vineland across the field. Trying to identify who it is. Hope he's all right. It looks like they're checking his left foot, left ankle area. That was William Davis, the injured man. He walks off under his own power. And with 1:05 to go, it's a first down for Mainland at the 27-yard line of Vineland. They only have 2 timeouts left. But I would say victory formation is coming.
I think you might be right.
Solid game from both sides, but Mainland had a little too much firepower on the ground tonight. Leslie in victory formation. Letting that clock wind down a little bit more, so they'll wait on the signal from the sideline. Down to 35 now. Leslie takes it, takes the knee. 30 seconds. And that could be the only one they need as we see the jogs back to the sideline. They'll head to the 50-yard line, and a tremendous night for the Mainland Mustangs. They'll head to midfield. A banner night from Marlon Leslie and Jabril Mace on offense. Swarming defense in the end for the Mainland Mustangs as we now hit all zeros on the clock. Mainland Mustangs improved to 4-3 on the season. They defeat Vineland 35-25 here this evening.
Huge win for Mainland, obviously, like we've said before the game. Huge for their playoff push. Group 5 school, 500. Now they're over 500, so next 2 weeks are big for them still, but take it 1 week at a time.
Certainly a big game next week for Mainland. They'll be back here at home against Clearview. Of course, we'll be back as well. Vineland is going to host St. Augustine Prep in a very tough matchup at home as the Hermits coming in hot next week. But overall tonight, I got to say, Brandon, the biggest story of the night, Marlon Leslie, Jabril Mace figuring it all out on offense. And all in all, this could be a very dangerous Mainland offense moving forward.
Two-headed monster. I mean, we've said their names a bunch of times. Obviously, Jabril on defense makes plays too, but just seems like they're more cohesive. They're really gelling and still have another year together, so scary.
Build that chemistry now. A couple thank yous to give out before we sign off. Of course, our Charlie's Bar Game of the Week, so shout out to them, to Shore Orthopedic and the Docks Place as well, to Olmer's Appliance Service for producing tonight's broadcast, to our main guy and our producer upstairs on top of the booth, Matt Omer. For my wonderful broadcast partner, Brianna Smith, I am Nick Costco saying so long. You've been watching the Charlie's Bar Game of the Week. Mainland defeats Vineland 35-25.